Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are going to be doing quite a collection update. As you can probably tell by what's in front of you, the main bulk of this collection update is target books because, I mean, that's what lockdown does to you, doesn't it? It makes you spend lots because we're not doing much. But now hopefully this will be the only collection update where I have this many target books because quite frankly I never really want to see myself doing this again. Well, although they're absolutely lovely, it's not very lovely for my wallet. But I have obviously been mainly collecting target books, but I have got some other things dotted about, which you can probably see. Anyway, I think we'll do the not targets first. So we'll leave them till last because they are, in my opinion, the favourite. That's going to fall, isn't it? That magazine. Oh well. Do you know what? Let's just move them out of the way. So we'll start with the Doctor Who magazine for this month's issue, which is absolutely lovely. It's definitely one of my favourite covers of all time, I'd say. It's really beautiful, the Daleks there. This one did arrive a little bit late because there were post problems in my area, but it's so lovely, honestly. I have had a quick flick through it, and it is very, very nice. It's got some lovely things in here about target books as well, so yeah, really recommend this one, even just for the cover. It's worth it. So yeah, that's the latest Doctor Who magazine. Also, I wanted a bit of variety to switch up from the target books, so about a week ago I ordered this lovely 1984 Silurian figure, Eagle Moss, which, if you know me, I already have two Eagle Moss figures, the 7th Doctor and a Monoid, which can be found in previous collection updates. So this is my third Eagle Moss figure and I'm really pleased with it. It was quite cheap on Amazon and it came with the magazine, which basically persuaded me. So shall we see it? Shall we reveal it? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, ta-da! There it is. I'll just zoom in or bring it closer for detail. But as you can tell, it's from Warriors of the Deep, which is absolutely... and it's a pretty good story, actually. I don't really understand the hate, but it is just lovely. It's a brilliant figure, and really well painted, because the Eagle Moss are very hit and miss with some of theirs. I do find that their monsters are much better detailed than the humanoids, but that's just my opinion. You know, I probably will end up getting some humanoids in my collection at some point. And here's the magazine, just for context. I know you can't really see it, but it's got some lovely photos from the story, and it just talks about the Silurians, the return of the Lizard Kings. It's really beautiful, actually, and I'm really happy with how it is. Obviously these magazines are only like small little pieces to come alongside them, but I really do like having them. The Monoid one was very good, and I'm looking forward to really taking a look at this in proper detail. So that's everything apart from target books. Now we've got, should we count for you? We've got not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11. But we've got 12 target books to show you, with one more on the way, which I can't really be bothered to wait for, basically. So I will show them in chronological order of how they aired on television. But first I'll actually show you the 3 that you've already seen on this channel, which are the new ones. So the Pirate Planet, Revelation of the Daleks and Resurrection of the Daleks. I won't go into detail on these because I've done a whole video on them, so have a look back on my channel if you want to see these being unboxed. But yeah, that's them out of the way. And now let's get on with the actual really nice targets. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've already got these books, but if you don't, you know, I mean, even if you do, you can see them in greater detail. But we're going to be starting off with this beautiful target book. This is already one of my favourites just because of the cover and because of the story. So this is a pretty rare target book, actually. I've seen it going for a lot, but it was on Amazon for quite a good price. And there was quite a palaver behind it, involving Who stuff, but basically it's all worked out brilliantly, and all of us, apart from Ollie, have got a copy of the Faceless Ones, which I think is really funny, actually, because it is such a beautiful book. So that's the spine. It's by Terrance Dicks, and there's the blurb if you want to read that. It is just one of my favourites already, and I can't wait to read this. I think I'm going to read this one next because I'm currently reading Marco Polo, but this is definitely one on my priority list. And it's the most I've probably ever spent on a Target book, which was about, it must have been about £6.70, which obviously doesn't actually sound that much, but for a Target book it's quite a lot. But because it's really rare and I haven't seen it for any decent prices, and I was quite jealous of everyone at Who Stuff who has already got this one, so I just thought, got nothing to lose. I'm really happy I did buy it, because I don't think I'd find it for a cheaper price. Also, sticking with the Troughton theme now, we have The Dominators, which again is an unusual one, but it's in brilliant condition. It was a great price. The story isn't one of my favourites. I rewatched it about a month ago, or about 3 weeks ago, and it's really not great. It's probably one of my least favourite Troughtons, if not my least favourite Troughton, but it's got a brilliant artwork on the front. It's by Ian Marter. Who knows, I might read this one because, well, hopefully I will read all of them at some point in my life. But Ian Marter is a great author for Targets. I know that he sort of adapts on the story, or unlike Terence. Although Terence Dicks is a brilliant and the most iconic Target book writer, he does tend to stick with the stories a little bit more. So you got that. Also, sticking with the Troughton theme, this one arrived about an hour ago, and I've been waiting for it to film this video. The Invasion, which I think is absolutely stunning. Again, everyone over at Who Stuff, which I'll leave a link into our channel in the description, has got this one. And I felt a bit left out because, you know, I'm the one that collects most of the Targets, although recently the good Dalek has been collecting them a lot, and so has the Ultimate Whovian and TF. So we've all been sort of on a bit of a Target spree recently, but this one I felt left out because it's such a beautiful story, a beautiful book, and I didn't have it, and this one is definitely one of my favourites in my entire collection. I mean, look at it, it's in pristine condition. I ordered this one from a website called Who Won, which does brilliant deals on Target books, and it arrived very promptly and in brilliant condition, so I'm definitely going to order from them again because they do have some great deals. So hopefully in the next collection update you'll see some lovely more Target books from them. But again, it's lovely by Ian Marter. I know the good Dalek has read this one and he says it's really good, so I can't wait to read it. There we go. Now we haven't got any Pertwee, sadly, and we've got one Tom Baker, and that's mainly because I've almost completed my 70s collection now. But if you know me, my favourite story of all time is The Talons of Wang, which completes my season 14 collection, so I'm overjoyed with that. But honestly, it is the best story of all time. It's the only story I'd give a 10 out of 10, so I'm really happy to have it on Target form. And I'm definitely going to read this one soon because, well, why wouldn't I, basically? So there's the blurb if you want to have a look at that. Again, it's by Terence, which is amazing, so hopefully it'll be pretty good. Well, all of Terence is pretty good, to be honest. I don't know if this is a first edition. Let me just have a little check. Oh no, it's like a fourth. But so, even so, this was £4, I believe, so a very good price. And anything to complete a season, really. So really happy to have that one. It felt a bit weird not having my favourite story of all time in the collection, but now I do. Now we've got 3 Peter Davison stories, because I'm very close to completing his era. His era is probably the most accessible on Target books, I'd say, but we kick off with Earthshock, which is a pretty standard Target book to collect. These aren't anything rare. I don't really know why I haven't got this one already in the collection, probably just because of the cover sort of put me off. And although it's a brilliant story, I just didn't really see, you know, there are other Target books that I'd rather spend. But now that I'm very close to completing his era, I only need 2 more stories, by the way, which are The King's Demons and Black Orchid. Yeah, but because I was so close to completing his era, I decided, well, why not? This was a very good price of about £3, I think. And there it is. It's in good condition as well. No complaints of this one. Again, by Ian Marter. There's a bit of a theme here. Skipping over to season 20, next door, Mordred Undead, which actually, probably the same reason, it's not hard to get, but the cover kind of, it was just a bit like, well, you know, there's other Target books I'd rather spend. But this actually is very nice. After looking at it, I've realised that the logo in the background sort of blend in with Davison's outfit, which I think is quite a cool effect. Or not really effect, just a cool touch, to be honest. It's by Peter Grimwade, who I don't think I know a lot about, but I'm sure it's great. It's one of my favourites from this season as well. So that's that. This one arrived yesterday, and it's definitely one of my favourites again. It's the very shiny, ooh, that'll give you a headache if I do that for too long. It's the Beautiful Five Doctors, again by Terrance Dicks, which has a lovely cover and it is very metallic and shiny. You can sort of see the Five Doctors themselves in the blue box in the middle, going Hartnell, Troughton, Pertwee, Tom, Peter. But again, it's really lovely and it's quite thin as well, so it's be quite a quick read. But there's the blurb. Again, I do plan on reading this one very soon. It's probably the next day after I'll read. But it's a great story, and it's one of my favourites. And and it even says a 20th anniversary special, first edition, and that's brilliant. Moving on, we've got some Colin Baker now, which also has sort of similarities to the Five Doctors. This one also arrived today, alongside the Invasion, and it's the Two Doctors. And the reason why I say this one is similar to the Five Doctors is not only because they have more than one Doctor in, they both have a nice shiny logo, and they both say first edition, which is quite cool. Again, I ordered this one quite a while ago, really, because it came from America, and it came in a very good condition, apart from it had a horrible sticker going over the Sontaran's face and a barcode going along the top. But luckily my dad removed that very well, and yeah, it's come out very well, and I'm really pleased with it. Again, this one is quite rare, I believe. I don't see it going for too cheaply or too expensive, so I'm really happy to have it in the collection. It's not one of my favourite stories of all time, but it's certainly got a lovely cover, and it's the 100th target book. It's number 100, which I think is quite iconic. And now I only need one more story to complete my season 22, which is Attack of the Cybermen. And last but not least, we're almost there, guys, we have a McCoy, and it's Remembrance of the Daleks, which again, so this one was found by my good friend the Good Dalek on eBay, and it was a very good price actually. I think it was about a £5. It was £5.50, and I can't resist some McCoy. And this one, I would say it's pretty rare actually. So I just bit the bullet and off I went, ordered it, and it's got a lovely sort of grey and pink spine, which is quite unusual because that's not really what the cover reflects, but it is really nice on the shelf. There's the blurb, and it's by Ben Aronovich, who I believe wrote the story. He also wrote Battlefield, I think, and it smells lovely. That's the first time I've smelled a Target book in this video, which is a bit of a record for me, but it's absolutely lovely, and it's a lovely book to have in the collection. So really pleased with this, and I'm really pleased with the other 11 as well. So there we go, guys. That was my collection update. I'll just sort of place all the books. There's most of them, and there's the 3 new ones. So that's quite a lot there, isn't it? And then we have the Silurian, the little box it comes in, and other stuff. I won't show the magazines because they'll probably fall over. But I just want to thank you all very much for watching. Please leave a comment down in the comment section. You know, what's your favourite Target book here? We've got some pretty rare ones actually. The Faceless ones, Invasion, Two Doctors, and Remembrance, which I'm really happy with. Obviously I haven't read any of these yet because most of these arrived in the past few weeks. They're lovely. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Bye for now.